I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com. This is the LG Optimus G Pro. It's the international version, but it's coming very soon in a US flavor to AT&T with 4G LTE to boot. Is it a device to get? Is it going to beat the Galaxy Note 2? Let's unbox it and put it through its paces. LG's Optimus G Pro here on a Friday in the PhoneDog offices, and pardon my bad jokes because when I look at Optimus G, I think of G Unit. I want to call this the G Unit. Get it? It's a unit, it's a phone, G Unit. Probably a bad joke, but it's in the house and give you a recap of the specs here so you know what you're going up against. It's a Galaxy Note 2 competitor in every way. It's got a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU, a 5.5-inch 1080p HD display, and just showing you the back here, you got 2 gigabytes of RAM, 3,140 milliamp hour battery. And let me give you a quick recap here of how these devices panned out. If you remember the LG Revolution, it was announced at Mobile World Congress 2012, then the Note 2 was announced at IFA in Berlin, and then the Revolution came out in the States, and everybody was kind of like, why would I get a Revolution when the Galaxy Note 2 is right up here on its way? Well, this one is coming out on AT&T very, very soon, and it competes head-to-head with the Galaxy Note 2, and in a lot of ways, specs-wise, makes it better than the Galaxy Note 2. You've got a 1.7 gigahertz, like I said, quad-core processor, so quad-core Snapdragon 600, very fast CPU at 1.7 gigahertz. The display is 1080p, so full HD. You've got a higher resolution camera here, 13 megapixel camera. This one is an SK Telecom device with 4G LTE capabilities. The battery is also bigger, 3,140 milliamp hour battery in this device. So no S Pen, that is something I find myself missing on this device, but you do get some decent specifications that, like I said, in a lot of ways are better than the Galaxy Note 2. So while that is powering up, you can see the animation, the startup animation right there, SK Telecom and the button lighting up. I want to give special thanks to our partners at GSM Nation. They hooked us up with one of these devices. Be sure to check them out, gsmnation.com. If you're like me and you love those unlocked devices, things like this or the unlocked Galaxy S4, the unlocked HTC One, give them a look at gsmnation.com because they do have some nice devices. Really appreciate working with them. And they got us this Optimus G Pro nice and fast, so special thanks to them. You are watching this unboxing partially because of their good work. So thanks to GSM Nation. Also special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll deal with unbiased representatives, whether it's AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, or Verizon. They'll hook you up. And yes, they don't have the G Pro just yet until it comes out on AT&T. They've got a lot of hot smartphones they can hook you up with at Best Buy Mobile. LG Optimus G Pro instruction manual. Let's see what you get out of the box here. Quad beat headphones. Those actually look like pretty nice headphones. Take a look at those. Look like they go in ear pretty nicely, and then you got your USB cable, AC adapter module with the USB port on the front, and then that's obviously a European configuration, EU configuration. You also get in this box a spare battery, so two 3,140 milliamp hour batteries, and then an LG battery charger, an external battery charger. So that's pretty cool. Amber Alert, which has been popping up on every single one of my phones all day long. Amber Alerts and Silver Alerts, get quite a few of those in Texas. So out of the box here, typical LG user interface that we saw from Mobile World Congress, and I'm going to get kind of confused because I always forget on this device the back and the menu buttons are reversed for most Android devices. So you've got your capacitive back and menu buttons here. You've got a physical home button. You've got a power button over here on the right side, which obviously powers it off and on. A button over here, which we'll figure out what it does in just a second. I genuinely cannot remember. Volume rocker over here. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack up top, micro USB charging port at the bottom, and then of course your camera on the back. So size-wise, fits in the hand as much as you would expect a Galaxy Note 2. Still a very big device. Travel across the display, I can do it, but I have big hands, and you can see it's a meaty device all around. A little bit of a thicker device than some people may like, but the thing I miss the most, just working with it for a few seconds here, like my S Pen. Love the fact that I can sign contracts on the go, and despite the fact that the features may be better here, I would find myself most likely missing my S Pen. But let's take a look and see what applications come out of the box. Now again, SK Telecom device here, Smart Bill, SiWorld, a bunch of different stuff that you're probably, DMB, Basket, Hopin, Smart Touch, PayPen, Melon, T-Membership, T-Cloud, TLTE Pack, Safety Care. I worked for Helio back in the day, and Helio was a joint venture between Earthlink and SK Telecom. So it's like bringing back old memories here. Downloads and widgets. And you can see the device moves pretty quickly here thanks to that 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon S4 or Snapdragon 600 CPU. So you got your shortcuts up here in the top. All kinds of different shortcuts, and much like typical LG devices in the past, you can reorganize these. So if you're like me, you travel on planes a lot, you want airplane mode to be up at the very top. Got the customization to do that. These darn emergency alerts. All morning, man. Confirm. I got it. I know. It's a black Ford. Should know the license plate by now as many times as I've gotten it. Airplane mode, and then it's right over here in the top left-hand corner. Q-Slide applications as well, so I can go through here and quickly access my applications. We'll go into settings and take a look. And this is something Samsung's recently started doing with the Galaxy S4. Tabbed settings, network, sound, display, and then general, and then on and off toggles. Although I do like this little 3D animations. It actually makes it look like you're toggling a real on and off switch. Kind of cool there. Go ahead and turn that off. Bluetooth off, data networks. I don't have a SIM card in this just yet, so that will stay off. Sound, display, in general. And then over here on device, battery, applications, storage, gestures, and you know that I love this. Physical battery percentage indicator. And of course, I've got some other customizations. I want to take a look at the lighting on the physical button. Let's see, Q button. Okay, so Q button, the shortcut, I can change this between Q Memo, Q Voice, Camera. So right now it's set to Q Memo. So when I click this button on the left-hand corner, I can take a picture of the screen and I can write on the screen. So not quite an S Pen functionality here, but you still get the ability to do some content creation on this device, which I like a lot. So you've got that ability, and of course I can save that, and then I can go ahead and back that up when I'm done. I can back that thing up when I'm done. How to use Q Memo. It is Bad Joke Friday, my friends. I apologize. And then messaging as well. So 5.5-inch display, nice and fast. And you can see that this device is pretty zippy all around. We'll go ahead and go into a text message so you can see the keyboard. Yes, I know to hide the keyboard how that works. And we'll go ahead and turn on autocorrect because that's pretty bad. How are you doing today? You've got a physical number pad up here at the top as well, or I should say a virtual number pad up here at top along with your keyboard, which is nice, and again, very reminiscent of the Galaxy Note 2. So from here, I can change the theme, I can add apps and widgets. So if you're used to any of the LG's devices on the States, and on Verizon, for example, quite a few of these things are still on those devices as well. The ability to customize via themes, home screen settings, lock screen settings, and this is running Android 4.1, so I don't quite have the lock screen settings of 4.2, but I do have my wallpaper gallery here that I can go between and see what comes out of the box. We're going to change it to the umbrella theme. That's a pretty cool one. And then over here, go back, and we'll see my applications. And then, of course, from here, I can change the icons as well. This is a nice little LG customization. If I want contacts to look different, I can make it a C, for example, and change that right around. Or I can create an icon from the gallery, which I think is pretty cool. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the LG Optimus G Pro. This is a phablet device that competes directly with the Galaxy Note 2, and now that it's coming out on the States on AT&T, it's a contender for a dogfight battle. So you'll want to stay tuned to PhoneDog.com for that. I'm on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, and we're also on Google Plus at gplus.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching this. Keep it locked on the site and let me know what you want to see from this device. Can it compete with the Note 2? Is there another dogfight you want to see? Let me know at PhoneDog_Aaron, and I'm off to see actually what LTE bands it supports. I don't think it supports any AT&T LTE bands in the States. Hey, but you never know. I'll throw in an AT&T SIM card or T-Mobile SIM card and see what we can get out of this device. Thanks so much for watching. Keep it locked on the site. As always, I'll see you next time.